Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Friends, before going into the details of the war, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to my channel and turn on the notification bell. Please support by subscribing and turning on the notification bell. We are a strong community. UK Embassy not planning evacuation from Kyiv, says Ambassador. The UK Embassy has no plans to evacuate its staff from the Ukrainian capital city of Kyiv, Britain's ambassador to Ukraine Melinda Simmons said in an interview with the Interfax Ukraine news agency on November 7. No, there are no plans to evacuate, she said. We're here with the security that enables us to be here. I've now been here for months, I'm living in this war, just like you're living in this war. It's certainly true to say that the circumstances for taking us out are already different from the circumstances under which we first left back in February. That's not just because we think the threat is less serious, it's still serious. Simmons said, we have a better idea now of both Ukrainian capability and also Russia's. She said the UK Embassy's employees are prepared to put up with the conditions in Kyiv, which has been attacked with missiles and flying bombs in recent weeks, and which is now suffering with power outages and disruptions to water supplies. For now, there aren't any plans to leave Kyiv, Simmons said, and I think it's probably quite important for many people that we stay. She said that the UK Embassy staying in Kyiv was a signal for Ukrainians and certain other countries. I go into shops to buy something and someone gives me my change and says, "You're not leaving, are you?" Simmons said. So, I know that it's important for many regular Ukrainians and certainly for some countries, in particular. I do notice. NASAMS and Aspide anti-aircraft systems arrive in Ukraine. Alexei Reznikov, the Minister of Defense of Ukraine, has reported that anti-aircraft systems NASAMS and Aspide arrived in Ukraine. Source. Reznikov on Twitter quote, "Look who's here. NASAMS and Aspide air defense systems arrived in Ukraine. These weapons will significantly strengthen the Ukrainian army and will make our skies safer. We will continue shooting down the enemy targets attacking us. Thank you to our partners, Norway, Spain and the US. The USA promised to supply Ukraine with 8 air defense systems NASAMS in total. 2 of them were supposed to be deployed in Ukraine shortly. Earlier in November, media reported that Spain would provide Ukraine with a new military aid package, which would include a battery of anti-aircraft systems Aspide, air defense systems Hawk, anti-tank rocket launchers, tubed artillery and ammunition for them. VTG sells Russian assets. Wagon leasing company VTG ceased operations in Russia by selling its wagon leasing and project logistics business to international investors. It is reported by Railway Supply magazine with reference to IRJ. VTG says it decided to sell the business in the wake of Russia's invasion of Ukraine and in light of the subsequent economic sanctions imposed on Russia. We continue to condemn the Russian war of aggression in Ukraine in the strongest terms, and against this background we have decided to discontinue our Russian business activities and to sell the corresponding VTG organizational units, says Ms. Oksana Jansen, Chief Operating Officer for Eurasia and Far East at VTG. InnoTrans 2022, unprecedented support for Ukrainian manufacturers. We are currently experiencing a geopolitical turning point that not only brings great suffering to the people in Ukraine, but also entails fundamental changes in global politics and the economy. As a company, we also have to face this new reality. It is important for us to uphold the founding idea, which defines the European Union as an area for peace, democracy and human rights, and to support this with our business activities. In November 2021, VTG Rail Russia signed a contract with Transmash for the supply of 250 container cars with a carrying capacity of 73 tons each, which were to be delivered from the fourth quarter of 2021 to the beginning of 2022. Rail Russia placed its first order with Transmash in 2019 for 439 railcars, including combined transport platforms, which were planned to be used on the Russian market. The company has also placed orders with Rail, including 250 container, cement and tank wagons for the transport of liquefied petroleum gas and oil. NASAMS and Aspide air defense systems already in Ukraine. 2 air defense systems Ukraine has long sought, the Norwegian-developed produced NASAMS and Spanish Aspide, are already in the country. Ukraine's defense minister Alexei Reznikov tweeted on Monday. The NASAMS delivery comes as part of the USA's its largest ever military aid package to Ukraine at a value of nearly $3 billion, announced the 24th of August. In total, the U.S. will send 8 NASAMS to Ukraine. Jointly developed and produced by RMD and Norway's Kongsberg Defence and Aerospace, NASAMS consists of the Sentinel radar, Advanced Medium-Range Air-to-Air Missile, and KDA's Fire Distribution Center. The Norwegian-developed weapons will provide medium to long-range defense against Russian unmanned aerial vehicles, helicopters, cruise missiles, unmanned combat aerial vehicles, and aircraft, which bombarded Ukraine's civilian infrastructure over the last month, including its power grid, using missiles and drones. In August, the Pentagon signed a $182 million contract with Raytheon to produce NASAMS systems for Ukraine. After the Russian attacks on Ukraine's infrastructure in October, the Pentagon announced that it would accelerate the transfer of NASAMS systems to Ukraine by speeding up production and ensuring the earliest possible transfer of the SAM systems. Ukraine's president told that Ukraine is negotiating with 5 countries for the supply of air defense systems. One such system recently arrived from Germany, the Iris-T, which was spotted shooting down Russian missiles near Kyiv. The Aspide surface-to-air missile system, also known as Skyguard Aspide, is considered a joint Italian-Swiss development. It is a short-range ground-based air defense system for air defense of designated areas or targets. The system can be used against fixed-wing aircraft, helicopters, and UAVs, including air-to-ground missiles. The complex sits on a towed chassis and can be quickly deployed to a given position. Foreign Minister Dmytro Kuleba announced on the 2nd of November that Spain will deliver an Aspide system to Ukraine, where he noted that this complex is precisely what Ukraine needs to defend its civilian infrastructure. Aspide systems are designed to protect strategic targets, such as industrial plants, airfields, or seaports, and can operate as part of a tiered air defense system and exchange data with other types of SAMs. At the same briefing, Kuleba said that Madrid is also delivering 4 Hawk air defense systems to Ukraine. UN finds Russian war crimes in Ukraine, not genocide. UN finds pattern of summary executions. Head of Ukraine International Inquiry Committee tells the Luxemburger Wart by Stefan Schocker Russia has perpetrated numerous war crimes in Ukraine after launching its bloody war against the country in February, a United Nations commission has concluded, but there had been no signs of genocide. Based on our investigations, we have established a large number of war crimes, human rights abuses and violations of international humanitarian law. That, and no less, but also no more, are the legal conclusions we have drawn, Norwegian Judge Erik Mose told the Luxemburger Wart. Mose heads the UN's Independent International Commission of Inquiry on Ukraine, whose secretariat is based in Vienna. The body in September published a report about the first 2 months of the war, and is continuing to investigate the regions of Kyiv, Chernihiv, Kharkiv, and Sumy. The report made no mention of genocide, though it found numerous civilians had been killed or injured, and entire regions destroyed as a result of the relentless use of explosive weapons in populated areas. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe to my channel. See you in the next video.